Alright, boom. Welcome back to Chief of None. I am your host, the Chief, and we are here with another FM20 experiment. Now, I know, FM21 beta is out, and a lot of you will be banging on the game right now, enjoying it, but still got to show some love to FM20, and we're still going to run with some experiments on this until the official FM21 game is out. So again, we're going with another septuplet experience. So for those of you who are new to the channel, haven't seen one of these before, we remove all injuries from the game, and we've created 7 different brothers who are identical for everything except for the league and club they start for. So this time they are left backs, and they're starting in a league in the pyramid each, and we're just doing an experiment to see who makes it to the very top of the game, who becomes the best player based on where they start. Now, we've done a previous one with the goalkeepers, and we noticed that starting lower down in the league was probably the best way, because you'd start games more regularly and you'd be able to maximize your potential. But is it the same with left backs or not? So now that you know what's going on, let's have a quick look at the players. So first up, we've got Premier League septuplet, again starting for Arsenal, and he's a promising fullback. Then we've got his brother, Championship septuplet, promising fullback again, starting at Barnsley. League 1 septuplet, starting at AFC Wimbledon. He's just a fullback, so he's not promising at all. Then we've got League 2 septuplet, starting at Bradford. He's just considered a young fullback. Moving on to Vanarama National septuplet. He's a promising fullback. Vanarama North septuplet, again promising fullback. And last but not least, Vanarama South septuplet, promising fullback. So as we do with our septuplet experiences, we're going to fast forward a bit more in this simulation. So the next time we're going to come back is when the boys are actually 30. So 15 years from now, to see how the major part of their career is gone, before then fast forward into retirement and seeing how it all ends up. So let's go. So boom, we're back. The date is 1st of July 2034. And we are now 15 years into the simulation, and we're going to have a check on the boys and see how they're doing. So first up, we have Premier League septuplet, who is still at Arsenal. So he's actually become a club legend, potentially playing 405 games for Arsenal, but he is earning an absolute bag, 400k per week at left back. That is insane when you consider the fact he's only played 7 times for England, so he's not the best out of all his brothers. There's definitely some brothers better than him. He's fairly professional. He's just a fullback, so he's not world class, he's not a legend, he's not anything. I mean, he's picked up quite a few traits. Doesn't dive into tackles, cuts inside, knocks ball past the opponent. So he's a good player, but 400k a week, that's knocked me for 6. So career stats wise, as stated, he's only been playing for Arsenal. So it wasn't until the 4th season where he actually started playing games, and he played 5 games. Started 5 games in the league, and then straight after that, next season, he became a mainstay in the team. He was a starter. So that's what you want, really, and that's probably why he's been able to reach the top of the game. So even though it probably took him a little bit longer than some of his brothers might, once he did get into the team in year 5, he hasn't been out of the team. So I think his best season statistically came in year 13. Oh no, yeah, well, I mean, year 13 he started all 38 games, played 7.07 average rating. Oh no, 1 off the bench. But then year 14, 7.08, and he started 34 games. So he's had a really good career. So in terms of landmarks, he's won the under 18 Premier League Division 2, but he hasn't then gone on to win the Premier League with Arsenal. So that's a bit unfortunate. He could have got the whole bag there. But he's won the Under 20 World Cup, FA Youth Challenge, and the UEFA Nations League of England, but nothing with Arsenal. So Arsenal have been flopping. Quick biography here. So hit pause if you want to read that in full. On to his brother, who is playing for a direct rival in Tottenham. So he's devastated to have missed out on the England tournament squad. So he was one of the brothers who missed out. Played 2 times for England, so I guess he's been in and around the team recently. That's why he's devastated to have missed out on it. Stats wise, although he hasn't got any 20s, he looks a bit more rounded out than his brother. Fairly professional as well, only considered a fullback. A lot of the same traits as well. Played 412 times in total for his 2 clubs, so he's only played for one other team, so Barnsley and Tottenham it seems. and earning slightly less than his brother, but still an absolute bag. So yeah, as expected, he played for Barnsley and then Tottenham, and actually started playing in the second season. So he played 3 games in the second season, all off the bench. And then they said, you know what, third season, we trust you a bit more. 7 starts, 9 off the bench. Then he became a mainstay in the team. So 41 games in season 4 in the Championship, before pretty much near enough all the games in season 5. And then he got a big one. He moved the next season after that to the Premier League. Started 8 games in the Premier League, while his brother was starting every game pretty much. But from there, he's just been the exact same as his brother, starting near enough all the games for Tottenham going forward. And he's had a better statistical career. So in season 14, 7.23, so better than his brother's ever achieved by some distance. So in terms of what he's won an under-19 championship, Carabao Cup, Europa League with Tottenham, Super Cup, Carabao Cup Specialist. He's won it 3 more times, so that's 4 in total. And Tottenham have actually managed to get over the line in Champions League, so that was this season. So he's far and away had a more successful career than his brother so far. That's his biography, so hit pause if you want to read that in full. So League One septuplet, and he's playing for Man United. So again, he's earning 325k a week. He is an England mainstay. He's played 98 games for England. So he has definitely been the best, really, you have to say. He's considered a legendary fullback. So let's have a look at the clubs he's played for. He's only played 381 times, but he's played for 3 different clubs. So as you can see, he started for AFC Wimbledon, played no games, and Burnley invested 7 million in him straight away, which is quite a bag, to be honest. But they didn't start him in the second season. He got his start in the third season when they got relegated. Started 1 game, played really well. Season after that, they said, you know what, we'll give you a few more games, before they got promoted, and he became the mainstay. So he became the mainstay in the team for 2 seasons before Man United invested in him for 36 million. And since then, he's just been Man United's starter pretty much. And as you can see, statistically, the season just gone, he's been the best, absolutely the best in the league. 7.62, that is an amazing average rating for a left back. So can't really fault him. He's probably been the best of the brothers so far. Probably makes sense why he's starting for England. So landmarks wise, he's won the Premier League Cup with Burnley under 23s. Promoted Premier League, he's won the Premier League, Community Shield, FA Cup, Community Shield, Carabao Cup, Champions League, Nations League, Europa League. So he's won pretty much everything that you can win at club level, and won something at international level as well. So he's far and away been the best so far. That's his biography. So hit pause if you want to read that in full. On to his brother, League 2 septuplet. So he's been in the England team as well. So he's got 76 caps, 9 goals, 275k a week. So again, they're all earning incredible amounts of money. He's played 343 times in total for 3 different clubs, and known as an elite fullback. So as you can see, similar trajectory to his brother in League 1, where he didn't play anything for Bradford in the first season, but then Newcastle invested 6.5 million in him straight away. Didn't make any appearances until the 4th season, but in the 4th season he started 12 games, did decent. Then he got 20 games, then he played every single game for them for 1 season. Then the next season after that, he was on track to starting every single game. But in January, Liverpool invested 50 million in him and said, come play for the big boys. And he's been enjoying life at the big boys. He's had great statistical careers, to be honest. Since he joined Liverpool, average rating of over 7, guaranteed. His best statistical season, 37 starts, 7.58, 6 assists, 5 players in a match. Crazy. So milestone wise, he's won a lot. So he's won the Premier League International Cup, Under 18 Professional Development League, International Cup again, Under 20 World Cup, Under 23, the Professional Development League, before winning the Premier League with Liverpool, FA Community Shield, Premier League again, FA Cup, Premier League again, Nations League, FA Cup, Premier League again, FA Cup, Europa League, Super Cup, Premier League again. So he hasn't won anything in Europe outside of the Europa League, so no Champions Leagues. Well, he's won the Super Cup as well, but he's not won the Champions League, but he's won the Premier League multiple times. So that's his biography, so hit pause if you want to read that in full. So onto his brother, Vanarama National, and as you can see, he's also made quite a few appearances for England, so 89 caps in total. So I'm wondering, a lot of them have been accomplished at centre-back. I'm wondering if a couple of them have just been lobbed into the middle and said, you can play centre-back. Right, so far he's got the best personality, best physicals as well, absolutely dominant, and he's legendary. And again, similar to what we saw in the goalkeeping simulation, Vanarama National seems to be a good place for young bucks to start, to be honest. So career-wise, he played... Is that right? How the hell did he manage that? That can't be right. But apparently he played 66 games in the first season in the league for Flyde. Apparently. But, yep, we move. 82 games in total in his first season. Yep, we move. Then in the second season, played 0. So, yeah, that's just football manager for you. Third season, Norwich invested in him, said come to the Championship, we'll take you on. And from there, they got promoted and he was playing. Then they went back down, then he became the starter. So he was in the Norwich team in the Premier League when they got bounced back up. And actually playing well for Norwich, to be fair. Before Chelsea said, you know what, nah, summer window, we need you, forget Norwich. 64 million. So that's a nice little bag for Norwich as well. And from there, he's just been Chelsea starter and he's been playing well. So yeah, not a surprise why he's in the England team. So in terms of landmarks, senior club debut and senior club goal for Vanarama National with Flyde, under 19 championship. He won the Sky Bet Championship as well. So that's one thing over all of his brothers so far. FA Cup and Nations League. So nothing really domestically. So that's Chelsea have been flopping. And for some reason in here it said he played for Crystal Palace, but there's no Crystal Palace in here. Again, lovely football manager. Lovely. And that's his biography, so hit pause if you want to read that in full. So onto his brother, Vanarama North. And as you can see, he's gone abroad. So he's tried his talents outside of England, which is great. Love to see it always. He's played one time for England, but he's also devastated to have missed out on it. The tournament squad. He's an attacking fullback, runs with the ball down left, gets forward whenever possible, knocks ball past opponent. So he's moved around just a little bit more than most of his brothers. Started at Telford, played 32 games, which is good. He got playing straight away. Fulham invested in him, but didn't play any games. They got relegated. And once they got relegated, he started playing a bit. Then they got promoted straight away, played a little bit more for them, relegated again. Then he became a starter. Again, next season after that, he was starting in the Premier League and Bournemouth invested in him. 32 million. He played 4 seasons for Bournemouth in the Premier League before Man City invested in him. That's not that much extra money, to be fair. Bournemouth could have done a little bit more to get some more money there. Only earned 500k on top of that. Man City bought him, played him in 4 games. Didn't start him the next season. Well, actually, when they played him in 4 games, the next season he got a move to PSG, so Man City just wasting English talent. No surprise there. 38 million. Then he's a starter for PSG, to be fair. I mean, yeah, he's been playing alright. Let's see what he's won. So landmarks wise, he won the Premier League Division 2, FA Youth Challenge Cup, Under 19 European Championships, Community Shield with City. He's won the Champions League with PSG, which is nice, and a Super Cup with PSG. So a Champions League winners medal, that's what he's got for his troubles. And that's his biography, so hit pause if you want to read that in full. Then on to the last brother. He is the Vanarama South Septuplet, and he plays for Liverpool as well. Interesting. So he's playing with his brother, but straight away you can see he's natural at centre-back, and his description is experienced centre-back. So he's obviously been pushed inside to play centre-back to accommodate him and his brother playing in the same team. But it's also meant he's played 57 times for England and he's in the England squad now. So, yeah, he's definitely one that's been pushed inside to play centre-back. So in terms of his career trajectory, he started for Bath, played 15 times for Bath in the first season before Watford invested in him. But Watford didn't play him until the 5th season, where he got 1 game in the Premier League. Then the season after that, he started a bit more regularly, 12 games, then 24, then 35, becoming a starter. Before Liverpool paid £83 million for him. So he has just been the guy in terms of monetary value. But he's not really hit amazing heights for Liverpool. He's been solid. I think his best season was 7.29, only playing 28 of the games though in the league. But 83 million, that's an absolute bag. And it's a little bit of a surprise as well, actually, that none of these players, while they weren't being played, were loaned out. Like, I think from my foot manager experience, one of the biggest contributing factors to playing well is getting game time. If you're not going to get any game time in the team, just loan them out. Don't block their pathway, just get them some game time. So in terms of landmarks, as you can see here, he's going to have similar landmarks to his brother. So he's won the Under-19 European Championship. And yeah, he's won 3 of the Premier Leagues. His brother won 2 FA Cups, UEFA Nations League, Europa League and Super Cup as well. So that's his biography. So hit pause if you want to read that in full. But from here, we're going to fast forward to the tail end of their careers. Hopefully they've all retired. And we can see and have a look, make our rating and decision as to who has been the best. Alright, boom. The date is 1st of July 2044 and we're back. This is the end of the simulation, but we're going to see how our boys are doing. We're hoping they've all retired. Let's have a sneaky look. So we're going to start in reverse this time and go from back to front. As you can see, Vanarama South Septuplet ended up playing 101 times to England, and after Liverpool got a move to PSG, and then after PSG got a move to Man United. So he's really been round the block, and he's won a phenomenal 18 trophies, 12 runners-up medals, and 1 third place. So 18, 12, 1. Nothing on a personal level though. So he's played 512 times in total, scoring 15 goals. So I mean, he's won pretty much everything you have to offer. I don't think England were able to get over the line with anything major, but for me, he's had an 8 out of 10 career. Yeah, the only reason it's not more than 8 is the fact that he's not won any individual awards. He's not won Defender of the Season, maybe a 3rd place in a Ballon d'Or or anything like that, but he's played for the biggest clubs. But again, maybe slight knocking in playing for big rivals in Liverpool and United. You kind of sullied yourself there a little bit, coming like Michael Owen in that. So looking at his brother Vanarama North, so he retired at 35, only 2 games for England, won 6 trophies in total and 4 runners-up medals. The biggest trophy won was the Champions League with PSG, and he's been around the block to be fair. So Telford, Fulham, Bournemouth, City, PSG, Norwich and Bordeaux. So he's had a little bit of a nice career, nice rounded out career. I mean, no one can ever chat to him because he actually played for PSG and won a Champions League for them. Again, Ligue 1 rather, wasn't loaded in this save game, so he's probably missed out on quite a few trophies in that sense. So I'm going to give this career a solid 7, only because on an international stage, he hasn't been a factor, he's been a non-factor, but yeah, that's a solid 7 career. I mean, I'd probably prefer Vanarama South's in total still, but he's had a solid career. So on to our man Vanarama National, retired at 38, played 170 times for England. Wow. And he's won stuff on a personal level as well. So he has been named Champions League Defender of the Season on 2 occasions and Europa League Player of the Season on 2 occasions as well. He's won 15 trophies in total, and yeah, he's played 770 games in total in his career, 29 goals. He has had a stalwart career, probably goes down as a Chelsea legend by virtue of almost playing 500 games for them. Might go down as a Norwich favourite as well, 207 games. But for me, 170 games for England, potentially the most capped player for England ever. On a personal level, you could say he might have won a bit more. You might have hoped for a bit more, but yeah, you cannot deny the fact that he goes down in English football as a hero. That has to be an 8. That has to be an 8 for me. Yep. It's just tipped over the edge. And I don't know. Right now, just probably on an individual scale, to be able to turn around and say, maybe to your kids and your grandkids, look how much trophies I've won. You might prefer Vanarama South, but in terms of the England caps, Vanarama National is right up there. So they are 1 and 2, maybe 1A and 1B at the moment. So League 2, Septuplet, he retired at 38 as well. Played 95 times for England, so that's solid. He was named Champions League Defender of the Season in 1 year and has won a record 22 trophies, including the Champions League. I mean, he played with his brother for a while, so he's won Champions League, Premier Leagues, Europa Leagues. He's won the lot, to be honest. And he played a little bit abroad, so he played in his final season for Ajax, so he got to experience total football and playing abroad, so that's quite good as well. 400 games for England, played 4 games for Chelsea. Not sure why he went to Chelsea and why they only played him 4 games, but that's kind of a blemish on the record, I guess. But I mean, he got to play with his brother, so he got to play with 2 of his brothers, really. He got to play with his brother at Liverpool and then got to play with his other brother at Chelsea, so that's quite good, actually. And then Ajax again, I'm probably going to give this a 7, just because of the fact that he played with 2 of his brothers. He's won, like, he can show so many people trophies, personal accolades, and he got to play abroad as well. So yeah, that's a solid 7 for me. Probably, if we're calling the others 1A and 1B, he's solid 2 as to on the list. Yep, number 2. The League 1 Septuplet, he retired at 38 as well. 162 caps for England. That is amazing. And he's got Champions League Defender of the Season and Europa League Player of the Season 3rd place. And he's won the Club World Cup, so that's something he's got over all of his brothers at the moment. Champions League, Europa League, Super Cup, FA Cup, the whole bag. So he's won the lot. Won the absolute lot. And he also left United, tail end of his career, and joined Wolves and continued playing, which is quite good. So yeah, 595 games in total. Probably goes down as a United legend. 162 caps. Oh, I have to give it an 8. I have to give it an 8. He's won pretty much everything in England as well, and got over the line in pretty much everything in Europe. So yeah, that's a solid 8. That is right up there with the 1A, 1B, 1C. There's been some good careers in here. Probably, it has to be 1A, 1B, 1C. It's just a pick which one you prefer, to be honest. So on to Championship Septuplet. And again, 38 seems to be the year they just all decide to retire. And he was able to get over the line in Carabao Cups. He became the Carabao Cup specialist, even won one with Birmingham, which he joined after Tottenham. And he got a Premier League with Tottenham as well, which is quite nice. And we'd seen the Champions League that he won with Tottenham. So he's won quite a few things. Nothing for England. And he even played abroad for 10 games with Hoffenheim. So for me, you'll probably call this a 7 out of 10 career, to be honest. He's won quite a few things. Played in a different country. Won things with multiple teams. But doesn't reach the dizzying heights of some of his brothers. So 7 out of 10. So last but not least, we have Premier League Septuplet. 10 games for England. Retired at 38 as well. And he's won Euro Cup 2 Player of the Season. So that's actually Player of the Season, so not just Defender. And he's won Defender of the Season, runner-up in Champions League. Won Europa League with Arsenal, FA Cup, Europa Conference League, Nations League. So he's won a few things, but he probably goes down as an Arsenal legend, has to. 615 games. Then he moves to Germany and plays 62 games. That's incredible as well. I mean, I have to give it a 7 when you compare it to his brothers. But realistically, there's not one career in here that you wouldn't want to have. Like, who wouldn't want to start their career at Arsenal and then go on to play in 600 games to them? I don't think there's anyone that would, to be honest. So you have to give it a 7 out of 10. But just because his brothers have played more times for England, won a bit more, that's why they're 1A, 1B, 1C. But that is it in terms of the boys. So now we get to see what other craziness has gone on in this world of ours. As you can see already, Brendan Rodgers is the manager of Germany. So that just shows you. Let's have a look at Brendan. So Brendan went from Leicester to Blackburn to Palace to Villa to Southampton to Burnley to Southampton again to Brentford to Southampton for a third time to Brentford to Birmingham to Germany. What sort of trajectory is that? That's just crazy. But 71 years now, he's almost moved into Roy Hodgson phase where he's just really old, but he's been around for so long that people just say, you know what, just give him a chance in a really good job. Sort of like what Hodgson got with Liverpool. Didn't necessarily work out, but let's just give him a chance. But he's been at Germany for 2 years, so he's probably done quite well. So looking at the World Cup, we had France, Germany, Netherlands, Brazil, Portugal, Spain. So nothing too surprising. It's just Netherlands and Portugal got over the line for their first wins. In the European Football Championships, had Germany, Croatia, Spain, Portugal, Germany, France. Again, nothing too surprising. Croatia probably the most surprising, but they do have a good squad. But they were getting over the line against Sweden. So Sweden making the finals, very, very surprising. And Switzerland too as well. So in the Nations League, Spain, Germany, France dominated. Spain the most. But England got 2 over the line, and Croatia and Portugal also got another couple over the line. So the Champions League's been a mixed bag. Liverpool went back to back before City, Barcelona, Liverpool, City, Atletico, Napoli. So Liverpool were runners up 4 times in a row. But Napoli, that's the most surprising winner so far. City, PSG, United, City, Tottenham. Tottenham then won 5 before Liverpool and United. So again, no one's eclipsed Real Madrid's record. But yeah, Tottenham winning 5 and Napoli winning 1, probably the most impressive there. Then in the Premier League, we've had pretty much a mixed bag. Some domination by Man City, sprinkled with a bit of back-to-backs from Liverpool. United winning their first trophy in a while in 2027. Before again, periods of domination from City and Liverpool before United come in again. And Tottenham finally get over the line with a couple of Premier Leagues themselves before Man United become a bit more solid and a bit more of a challenger and win a few, get a back-to-back coupled around some City and Tottenham wins. On to everyone's favourite, the Ballon d'Or. Again, Cristiano Ronaldo won the first one before Mbappe. I think this is the earliest we've seen Mbappe win the Ballon d'Or, but he won 2. For Suarez won 1 at 35, which is quite impressive. For Mbappe comes back. And then Jesus again. So in the last simulation, it was the first time we saw Jesus win 1 for Real Madrid, and now he's come back again. Lautaro, that's normal. Before Kai Havertz for PSG, never seen him win 1. And Erling Haaland, of course, gets his customary 1 before the regens come through. Then it's just regens all the way. So from 2028, regens just have 1. But that is it from another simulation. So really enjoyed that, the left back edition. So again, as you can see, it seems to be the best careers I had by those who start in the lower leagues. I guess it's just physically you build up a lot more quick playing against men from young rather than playing loads of under 18 football when you're playing in championship or premiership level. But then from there, you're then brought up by a bigger club. So your Chelsea's, your Liverpool's, they look at you, or maybe a Newcastle, Burnley, Norwich, that sort of level look at you and start you, and then you're poached by a big team finally and you get to play straight away. So yeah, at the moment, there seems to be a nice zone of Vanarama National where Vanarama National League 2, that's where you want to start. Maybe Vanarama North South, but then you make it to the very top. So for those of you who enjoyed that sort of view, maybe start a save with Vanarama National and try and make it a youth save where you're building up players and then they get poached, and then that just helps you reinvest in more younger players and players maybe who are released from bigger clubs, and see if you can create careers. So that'd be an interesting save to start there. But as always, like, comment and share this video. If you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're going to have more simulations, more experiments on FM20 and also FM21. And don't forget to get in touch either on Instagram, Twitter, any platform. Let us know what you enjoy about the experiments, any experiments you want to see, and we'll make that happen. But keep it locked, we'll be back with more content soon. I've been your host, Chief. This is Chief of None. Peace.